Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Docker. It helps us to create, deploy and run applications by using containers. After going through this tutorial, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Docker will be absolutely clear to you.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOps School certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry-level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best and start today.
Now next thing is C groups is there in the namespace, kernel, which will manage your CPU allocation and RAM allocation. Capabilities will define this user is a root user or non-root user. So that is controlled by all this thing controlled by kernel, and which we call it operating system. Okay, so now we got to know components. Now next questions we have to start asking. Next question: why we run application in multiple servers instead of one server? You have to give me this reason. I will put it up in a defined way. Let's understand this way. So here we can have so big machine and we can run all of our app here. I'm talking about the physical machine. Okay, do not talk about anything else right now. Do not think also. So I can run all of my app in this big machines. But why do we run in a small machine? Why do we run small machine? Any idea? Think about it and tell me what are the reasons. I need to learn from you.
So one reason is that we discussed previously, right? If all the apps need the same port number, then we cannot have it in the big machine.
Yes, that could be reason. So can we call that port is, why do we need a port, sir? First of all, why need a port?
Well, a web server, if it is a web server, then it needs to accept traffic on a particular port number.
But why do we need it? Port, first of all.
Port will be the entry to the system.
Communication.
Yes, port will be the for the entry for the system for that particular app. So can I call it port is the way? See, we don't access. Okay, so see here, think about it. Do you really access each machine's port? Do you really access each machine port? If you're running the application in the multiple server, do you really hit the IP address of the machines and then access the port? What do you use? What we use?
We normally use a load balancer in the front.
Yes. So here, why we run application in a multiple server instead of one server? There is a one reason which you can call it availability. AVAILABILITY. Why? Because load balancer will make it available. So why we run application in the multiple server? To get availability. Why availability? Let's say if you're running application in the multiple server, small server, some of these get disappeared. Till the load balancer will make sure that some of you, the traffic is getting to the working physical machine or app, right? So why we run application in the multiple server instead of one big server? We get availability. Okay, Now, second thing, so here I'm talking about one more thing. You can have a big machine for only Apache, one big machine, and here only database. It can be possible. So here you don't have to change the port number also, but still we run in a smaller one. Why? Because of availability. What are the other reasons which you can think of?
Scalability.
Scalability, yes, scalability. Let's say you have one big server of Apache. Now you want to scale it to, let's say, 3. It's very difficult to scale it because the architecture is not designed for having scalability. Everything is hardcore here. But when you are running application in a distributed environment, let's say you have a total 12 here, you can reduce few and you can add few. This is up to you. Scale up and scale down easily. So if you have a distributed running environment, the scalability is very easy thing. Now tell me more reason for it. More reason for it. Tell me more reason
Is
for it.
the cost effectiveness also means let's say if you have multiple application, let's say 50. So to run out those 50 application in a single machine is much more costlier than running it in separate servers, because if you're running all the application in the same machine.
So it's like cost. How can it be cost effective?
uh,
Just think about it. You're having one big machine, you can run one Apache, and here you have a 30 small machine and we are running the 30 small Apache. So how we are saving cost? Here you're not saving cost, no, because hardware cost will be the same. But there's a disadvantage in this second model, running the multiple small Apache. It's like you have to install 30 operating system. Operating system also consumes CPU, RAM, and storage, and top of that licensing cost. You have a big machine, only one operating system, and you are running only on one Apache and able to serve all of your request and response. But still we run in a smaller box. So cost, I think, is not right. I believe. Are you getting my points?
yeah.
So how? What are the other reasons? See here, this is the layer, SOA layer, software-oriented architecture layer. I'm talking about, not microservices. Here, this is the application. This is the database. And when I say database, you run multiple web server, multiple app server, multiple database server, plenty of it. So what should be the third reason? So availability, scalability, one more reason.
Maybe reliability.
So reliability, yeah, that can be, but I will add from my side here security. Okay, security. See here, web server exposed with it. Now, if you run everything in the same place, I mean, same machines, all the ports will be accessible to the end user. But here, what is happening? The application port only accessible by this, database only accessible by this. The end user who's accessing only 80 port. So its security is there. Right now, everything is not there in the one machines. So the security can be implemented better. Correct? Got it? So end user is not accessing only this guy. So that way you can have a better security. Right?
Yeah, it's going to play both sides. It can play mention as a attack surface also bigger and go for higher side also. I think we can take in that. Fine with that.
Yeah. So these are the few reasons why we run application in a multiple server instead of one server. So guys, now let's start thinking about it. So still I have not discussed about the containers. Let's go back to things. Some of you must be thinking we lost the track. What is a Docker? Docker is a container management tool. So Docker will save your cost, save time, and improve efficiencies. Managing of what? Container. But what is a container? We don't know. So we got discussed about what are the components running, or whatever the components in the computer which run application. And we got to know physical machine has operating system. Operating system has kernel. kernel has namespaces. Namespaces has user, net, MNT, PMAP, C groups, and capability. So one user, one net, one MNT, one PMAP. If you get it powered by the CPU and RAM and access, you can run applications. This is a one application. So you can run multiple applications, depends on that. Now, PC means personal computing. So this was designed, this architecture was designed for the personal computing. Now, next thing is we ask why we run application in multiple server instead of one server. Availability, scalability, and security. Now, guys, the problem what we got it here is, now I'm talking about the one unit, one physical machines. Okay, the problem what we got it is, this is a one physical machine, and how much you are utilizing on an average. Look at this, we got the internet. Think about it. Before internet, we were running application in a physical machines. Before internet, I used to get desktop. I remember we got my first desktop in my college time, shared by 4 roommates. We all are running desktop based applications like MS Office, Photoshop, Flash, Acrobat Reader, Calculator, MS Paint, Notepad, this, that, and one more thing I cannot forget, Age of Empire. So this, we were installing the application in a desktop, and we were happy because that was my PC. Remember, personal compute unit. So all the software we were installing on desktop. But suddenly what has happened? We got the internet. And we all got connected to internet. We all got connected to internet. So we all got connected to internet. So there's some organization which has come up with the internet-based applications. Think about it. Internet-based applications. So now what they were doing, they were running application not in one machine, they were running in a multiple machines. So multiple physical machines they were running application. And now you only have told me why we run in a multiple. These are the reasons: availability, scalability, security. So they started running in a multiple machines. But the problem here is, here you have a operating system, a hardware layer, and on top of that your operating system, and top of that, remember, you have only one user required, right? Only one user, and inside that you have one network, one process map, one mount, and then Apache was running, or Tomcat was running, or MySQL. So this is something similar architecture here. Okay. Now this is the way they were running application in the multiple server. But sooner or later they realized that they cannot survive. Let me ask you one thing. Which is the app you have used on the internet, which is the very, very first app of yours? Which one? Any idea? Which is the first app in your lifetime which you have used on the
Browser.
internet-based applications?
Email, Rajesh.
Which email?
Might be Yahoo.
I remember I use Hotmail. So Orkut was the social networking site, yes. I use the Rediff-Wall also. I used to chat a lot in my college days. Okay, so Yahoo, Hotmail, Rediff-Wall, MSN, and then we got a Google. So do you remember, have you paid? So we had so many application, internet-based application. Have you ever paid any money to consume those applications? Have you ever paid anyone any money?
No.
So you must be wondering, that means you are getting free of cost. Then if I say you must be getting free of cost, then you will fight with me, saying that no, they will run ads. They will run ads and then they make money, lots of money, and then become a rich. So let me ask you one thing. In last how many years you have clicked any ads? Let me put it up this way. I go to my browser, I search DevOps, only DevOps, and see here, this is the ads. This is ad. This is a right side also, there are some ads, and downside also, these all are ads. You see. So how many times you have clicked on ads? You have not clicked on ads, that means you are using free of cost. We typically know that which is the ads and we don't click on it. So when you don't click on the ads, that means you are using free of cost that application. So now CPC rate is 1000 per click. That means 1000 people will browse that application. Only one person clicks ads on it. That means one person for Google is a customer who will generate a revenue for Google that will be divided into the two parts, website owner and Google. Publisher will make a payment only if someone clicks on ads, not like you see the ads. So guys, think about it, very simple calculation. I need to run application on the internet for 1000 users, where is only one person is paying for it. Look at this Gmail. If I remember correctly, I think we got 200 MB at initial days when it got started offering in the beta. What is the size of Gmail you are getting right now?
15 is 15 GB. Yeah.
15, right? 15 GB. So have you any times you paid for this 250 to 15 GB, 250 MB to 15 GB, and you're not paying for it? So the problem with organization is they cannot survive. They cannot survive running application in a physical machine. Then what has happened? Then one revolution has happened, and that is called, see here, why? What is the problem in this model? Problem in this model is, if you run application in a physical machine, on an average, you are using the resources on an average. I'm talking about average, on an average. You are using the resources maximum 15 to 20%. And here 80% of the resources you are wasting. See, that is valid for the personal computing. Let's say, let me check my utilization. My laptop is very high usage actually. See here, if you see my utilization, my memory is utilized only 46% and CPU is utilized only 56%. That means still, I mean, it's a personal computing, I don't bother. But if you talk about the scale, you are running a data center, you are running Hotmail, you are running Yahoo, you are running Google, and you talk about the 80% wastage is to 5,000 machines. And then you think about that picture, wastage. Then think about it. How much resources you are getting wasted? Too much in data center. Correct? So this was the prompt for the problem. They wanted to reduce the saving cost, improve efficiency, saving time. Saving time means if you want to add more physical machines, You used to spend a lot of time for it, procure the hardware, install the software, this, that, and all. Costly also, and efficient also is not there, right? Good. So, what to do in this case? How to avoid 80% the wastage? Simple. Next statement is, if you want to run application at mass level, how to save cost? Important thing, how to avoid wastage. Forget about the cost, wastage, because this wastage is too much. Then many organizations come up and said, no problem, I have a solution for you. And the solution was, look at this way. This is the hardware layer. On top of it, you have operating system. And top of that, you will install hypervisor. Sometimes hypervisor and operating system built in coming together, lightweight operating system. And then hypervisor like VMware, Hyper-V, VirtualBox, KVM, and you know that I'm not going to teach you hypervisor now. We've been using from last 15 years, more than that, I guess, right? Hypervisor. And then on top of that, you create a VM. 1 VM, 2 VM, 3 VM, 100 VM. Depends on your requirement. Now each VM, you have operating system, OS, and applications, OS. And when I have a OS, remember, when you have a OS, never forget this one. One user, one mount, one network. Sorry. One network, one mount, map, and one user space. And inside that you run Apache. Same picture like this and like this. Here I elaborated. So guys, did you understand this model of virtualization? Are you agree with me?
Yes.
So guys, this is the virtualization. Because of the virtualization has come, okay, because of the virtualization has come, the solution for this is virtualization. So virtualization saved your wastage, reduce the wastage to 20%. This is very good actually. When it's a wastage is 20%, that is very good, because earlier wastage were having 80%. Right now, in my machine also wastage is 50%. But it's a personal computing. Sometimes it's go up high. So I'm not bothering too much. Still we complain, I have only 8 GB RAM. I should be having 60. This is why, because it's a personal computing. Okay. But, and by the way, you're using disk space for running operating system. See, utilization is very less. Most of the file, you know, is of your applications actually, or my personal files, not for operating system. So reduce the wastage to 20%. That's very good actually, very good. So virtualization paved the way to have a new era of computing. So nowadays, if I ask you, Bhavani, can you run this application? Then you said, what is the big deal? Go ahead and create a VM and run your application. So Do we talk about the physical machine anymore? No. From last 10 years plus, we are not at all talking about the physical machines. If you want to run app at mass level or smallest level, you want to run application in a virtual machine. You go ahead and create a virtual machine. So guys, this is the era which we are living. But suddenly what has happened? Suddenly we got a problem. The problem is we got a high speed internet. We got a high speed internet, first issue. Second issue is like everyone got internet now. Everyone. Earlier, internets were limited to the offices or home through the dial up connections. You know that probably if you have used it. Now it's a broadband and available through the 4G in your mobile, home, offices, road, train, airport, buses, banks, everywhere you have internet, and that too also high speed internet, and everyone have got it. When everyone have got the high speed internet, then they started using lots of applications too much. Look at the traffic of Gmail. Everyone has account, everyone is logged in, everyone has a Facebook account, everyone has a YouTube account, everyone has an Instagram account, LinkedIn, Twitter, this, that, billions of searches you do per minute in the Google search, billions of photos you upload every day to Facebook, thousands of emails you exchange every month in the Gmail, never cleaned up, hundreds of videos you watch every week on YouTube, and everything is just a free of cost. Think about it, that the label on which you are using, we all are using the application. Most important question is, are you paying for it? Have you paid for Facebook, for social networking? Have you paid for Google searches or Gmail services and stuff like that? Have you paid for LinkedIn for corporate profiling, jobs, this, that, network build up? Have you paid for YouTube for watching videos, content? So the question is very simple. We got everyone internet, everyone got high speed internet, and everyone wants to use all these applications free of cost. That's a major problem. You don't want to pay for it. So next question is, how this organization will do the reduction of software running cost further. So again guys, same thing, same question. How to avoid wastage? Here's next question again I'm asking. Virtualization has happened. How to avoid wastage and how to run many applications with limited hardware, because you all are using so many applications. So this is the problem statement, guys. So now we have come to the conclusion actually, because this is the time when we have to define what is it. So guys, tell me how to avoid wastage and how to run many applications with limited hardware. So suggest me, we all are here in this architecture now.
Thanks for watching. To watch our complete session, enroll for our premium membership. Click onto the join button and enroll yourself with the best suited option.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Want to study further? Subscribe to our paid membership to get a deep dive into each and every topic. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to our DevOps School channel and hit the bell icon to learn more. Keep learning.